A guy with 0 haters is telling me how to deal with haters. I bet Frank. Dude, the whole thing is why do you want him to disappear? I get about 10 million views a day on YouTube from people who make videos about me. And then I utilize those views to be able to target a greater audience all the time. It doesn't hurt.
Welcome back to the Bubba YouTube channel. Guys, today's video is gonna be a banger, so you already know what it is. Bubba Army in the chat. Now, I needed to play some video games. I needed to engage in some dangerous vices, so I played some old school RuneScape to get into flow state, just so I could roast this clown. Once again, cornball Wes Watson is getting exposed on the internet, and oh my, gets juicy. We find out that he was a bum when he said that he was rich. We find out that he was regifting stuff to his new girls, and yeah, it's a whole lot. So you already know what it is. Let's get this show on the road.
But the fact is, he was a bum. He used to sleep on people's couches and run around town to pretend he was rich.
Here's what I know. He lived with Gabrielle's friend prior to going to jail. I think it was maybe 18 months to 2 years before he went to jail. So clearly, well after he said he was driving Lamborghini doors and making 80 grand every 10 days. Okay. He didn't have money for rent. He did not pay for bills. He lived with her, and he lived with her 2 other friends that lived there before him. And then he had to move in with his girl because he didn't have money. And the 2 other girls hated him so much that they moved out. They're like, I didn't sign up to live with your dude who's totally crazy and is not contributing to bills. And so they left. Okay, so he ended up living with Gabrielle's friend. He didn't have money for bills. That is why he moved in with her. And that is it's just true, man. That is something that happened. I know this for 100% sure.
Shout out to John Bravo Films for roasting cornball Peg Watson. Little Peggy Watson over here has been getting roasted really bad by everyone on the internet. I feel like we've been gathering this massive army against the cornball, against the Peg himself, Wes Watson, and it almost feels like it's an overwhelming force against this guy. Now, we do know that it is true that Peg Watson was a bum before he went to prison. I did a video, I can't remember, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, exposing him yet again, and I brought up the court case. In the court case, as you can see on the screen, it was claimed by the state, right? It was Wesley Watson versus California, and in the court case, it established that Wes Watson was living with somebody else. He was living with a family. He was living on someone's couch like the bum that he is. Because you have to remember, this guy has never worked a job. Nope, he's never woken up really early to go do welding. He never woke up early to go provide for his family. This guy has always been a bona fide bum loser. And just as any other loser would do, this guy engages in the most silly antics. So recently, he's picked up a new girl. I think this guy has a type. He likes them big fake bimbo lips, big old bimbo lips, right? And she's flexing on the gram. She's flexing to everybody that she's Wes Watson's new little cornhole toy. But you know what? He's just gonna re-gift her everything that he has given to his prior escorts.
Now, yesterday, when I said that they're not in alignment with you, that's why it's not working, whatever, let him go. Let me tell you, Wes has this new girlfriend, and she's wearing my clothes, the clothes that I left that I couldn't bring, and he took the Birkin from me and re-gifted it to her. She knows they were mine because they're worn, and she's proud of wearing them. She's a match to Wes perfectly. Over my dead body would I ever do that?
In order to give some credibility to this lady who is talking, this is the ex-wife of the cornball Wes Watson, Angie. Angie is her name. So I think that when she's talking about this, she is being truthful. I think that she's a reliable source. However, what is up with these big old lips? I swear to God, I feel like everybody in Miami looks the same. Is Miami just this new cesspool of social media dystopia? I really feel like it because all of these people look the same.
And then, too, Wes was just crying the other day to me that, oh, my Instagrams are down, my life. Why are you calling me when you have your chick? That's what I told him. I said, when you do bad things to people, karma's gonna come back to you. So take it on the chin and keep it pushing and keep going. Change your ways and do better. So apparently my words stung because it was truth. And you can't unhear truth. And now he's trying to flex with his new girlfriend. And I don't think that's a flex. He just continues to embarrass himself. And this isn't to expose him. This is to like, no, like I can't keep this to myself. Like, you guys have been invested in a lot of stuff. I have to share this because this is actually comical.
The most confident, strongest alpha male to ever walk the earth, Peg Watson, had to crawl back to his ex-wife crying that the internet was attacking him and that his feelings were hurt and that he couldn't use his social media anymore. Yeah, we're supposed to believe that he's a real man. For a guy who apparently served over 10 years in prison and ruled the yard, this guy is soft as hell. This guy is soft as hell. This guy actually cries that he can't use his social media sometimes to a person that divorced him while he has a girl. That's just mind-blowing. That's absolutely mind-blowing. Angie dropped this clip during the time that Wes Watson was dating or was whatever, right, with the escort Gabby. I don't know. They're kind of off and on, right? So this is a really relevant and recent clip that Angie dropped. And I know we kind of roasted you, Angie, if you're watching the video, but you a real one. You a real one. It's just, hey, I don't know why everyone in Miami looks the same.
And ladies, would you be okay accepting, like, would you be okay wearing the girlfriend before's clothes? Like, I would never over my dead body. You can't make this up. This is so crazy. I don't know how I got mixed up with this loser. He's a real loser. Like, and I would tell him that you're ripped, rich, and rare, and still a loser.
Damn! My God, really roasted the cornball over there. Angie, you really are a real one. He always has that saying, ripped, rich, and rare. But here on the Bubba channel, all this guy does is have a rich, ripped rectal cavity because that thing got open in prison. That thing is loose as a goose. Loosey goosey Watson.
But in reality, the choices that he is making, do you think that's somebody who knows what integrity is? No. I'm going to tell you no. Because if you're confused and like, oh, but his videos, but he helps people. He helps people that pay him, one, but he will break people who cannot clap back, who cannot do anything for themselves, aka women, children, and some of these men who don't really have it in them to stand up to him. Except for me, I will knock it off. This shit is trashy. It's gross. You're supposed to level up after a relationship. If your heart is broken, you get better. You don't continue to do some sideways weirdo shit. Like, come on. Like, you continue to disappoint on on crazy levels. It's like, at least do something to be proud of. Like, you're proud of that?
Always said that Wes Watson is a bully at the end of the day. That's why I'm so vicious with this guy, and I will never stop making videos that expose him and reveal him for the little clown that he is. He'll have some supporters come out on this video. He'll get his fans, right? They'll come on out. But whenever you engage with them, because man, Bubba Bros, they defend my honor. You guys are awesome people, always clashing with the weirdos that support Peg Watson. You have to realize though, is that these guys are the most insecure, broken men who would they would do anything for just a crumb of cooch. These guys are so weak mentally, they're so weak physically, and they think that they can just become the next Wes Watson. I think that every guy that has somehow fallen into the trap of Wes Watson's antics, they're doing it because they just want to finesse other people. They want to have all that weird infamy, and they want that attention. So whenever you engage and you see these weirdos, just know that they are the weakest men to ever exist. Before you click off the video, please stay with me just for a moment. please be sure to hit that like button so other people may see this video. I never ask anybody to ever like and subscribe in the beginning of a video. That's not my style. I hate that. I think it's corny, right? I watched YouTube for years and I never liked it when another person did it. So I'm not going to do it on this channel. And with that being said, if you liked the video, then also subscribe if you're a new viewer or a returning viewer. I'll catch y'all later. Have an amazing day and stay blessed.